And I'm sure you guys have had that feeling. It's like if you've got a political perspective or a perspective in a relationship, you hold it. You're like, I'm right, and everything else is kind of disregarded.
How we can better translate social science research to the general public so that it can have more impact. What is the magic that we create tonight when we talk about conversations but informed through a social science lens?
Yeah, the goal of this project is to share with you frameworks that we're passionate about that can help shape the language that you use to see things. Because ultimately, language shapes your world, and the more language and the more frameworks that you have to see things with, the more you can broaden your perspective.
We thought, what a beautiful idea to actually create a conversation card game that introduces everyone to various different social theories.
And the reason that we're writing before we're sharing is to break out of the bias of groupthink. The prompt that we'd love to give you is to stay curious. We kind of hope that you guys have opinions that might not necessarily be what the other person's thinking. So just lean in with curiosity and ask questions like, why do you see it like that? Where did that perspective come from? Genuinely open up that space for a new kind of conversation.
We're finding ourselves at a cross point in humanity where any step forward might be a recreation of the colonial past, and what that looks like is constantly changing. So it's really important that we sit with the complexity, we sit with the uncertainty, we ask the questions, and we lean into difference.
So the first theory that we wanted to bring up is this idea of, cognitive dissonance. Our minds tend to try and stick on track with the first thought that they've had. Our brains are wired to not want to waste energy. So if we've got a thought, if we've got a belief, if we have something that feels true to us, our brains resist looking in a different direction because it burns more cognitive energy. One tip that I can offer you guys is writing can be such a powerful tool for unpacking and changing your perspective. It can be something as simple as spending time writing down what is your perspective, and vent. Use your most accurate language to describe what internally you are thinking and feeling. Don't deny yourself your own reality. Write that down and then try flipping it and looking at it from the other's perspective.
If there's something that's just not really quite sitting with you, or you're finding there's a schism here, there's a contradiction here, to try to lean in and ask those questions like Jess said, why? But don't get so caught up on the destination, but enjoy the journey, right? Of being your own little social scientist.
The spiral of silence theory suggests that people are less likely to express views they believe are unpopular. Fear of isolation, judgment, or backlash leads many to stay quiet, even when they hold valid perspectives.
Sometimes the future is just a colonial attempt of the present. So I would say that what we need to do is to stay with the trouble, meet in places where we can be met by the world in return, hopefully defeated in our attempts to understand it. Where confusion becomes a form of research inquiry, confusion becomes a philosophy, an epistemology, and maybe there, we might learn about the world and about ourselves anew. There is no guarantee, but that's the invitation of the moment.